Welcome back to Green Bay Nation. Lily Zhao here alongside Andy Herman and Marcus Eversole. All right, no understating, there is a huge game going on Sunday. Don't really know what it is, but Packers, 49ers, title game. Just kidding, we know what it is. 5:40 Central on the road in Santa Clara. Let's just say the Packers kind of had a game to forget when they went out west to Levi Stadium. They were blown out 37-8. Devontae Adams even admitted he thought they went in not really with a great game plan or good mentality, but feels things have changed. Tramon Williams feels the same way on defense. It's almost been 2 months since these two teams faced off. But now, how do you guys feel the Packers match up with the 49ers after the fact, about 2 months later?
Well, start with the obvious. It's always a positive when it can't possibly be any worse than the first time around. I don't think we're going to see 37-8 again. That rarely happens. I mean, two evenly matched teams, even a lopsided matchup going in, 37-8 rarely happens in the NFL. So that's a good thing. And then I think another huge positive for the Packers, the addition of Jared Veldheer. When you go back to Week 17, him filling in for Brian Bulaga in Detroit, the Packers won that game on the final play of the game. So if anything goes differently, they're probably not. They're not the number 2 seed. Who knows if they're in this position? And we know, of course, Veldheer filled in for Bulaga last week as well. Go back to the first meeting against the Niners. Brian Bulaga left the game on the 9th play, and Alex Light got absolutely dominated by this Niners pass rush. So from that perspective, they're in a lot better position now than they were then.
Yeah, that was a lot of my notes this week as well, was that Nick Bosa, Alex Light matchup. Brian Bulaga goes down 9 plays. My lowest graded player on the season by far was Alex Light in this game against Nick Bosa. It's not a fair matchup. Nick Bosa is incredibly talented. Alex Light came in cold, having to play right tackle, and the entire game plan went kind of to heck right after that. They had absolutely no opportunity to get things going. They had to chip on that side of the field. Whatever game plan they did have it going in, whether it was good or not, kind of got completely wrecked and thrown out as soon as that Brian Bulaga injury happened. So hopefully you don't need Jared Veldheer. Hopefully Brian Bulaga is good to go this week and he can step up and play his normal brand of football. But that changed everything in that game, and I think that's a real reason why Green Bay has a chance this game.
Good points, guys. And obviously Matt LaFleur said he's going to fine comb. He's going to go through that game film with a fine-tooth comb to kind of see what they can do to improve. So on that note, though, I know you can never say never in the league, but for Green Bay to find some success and make it to the Super Bowl, give me some keys to victory for Green Bay in this game on Sunday.
Start right there, what we were just talking about. You got to protect the quarterback. I mean, Matt LaFleur likes to call good pass rushers game wreckers. Well, don't let their game wreckers wreck the game for you. D Ford didn't play in that first meeting, and he's back now, so you got him along with Nick Bosa. You got those mountains on the front there with Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner. They're really good in the front seven. You just got to be at your best against a team that's so good up front. I think you got to limit the big plays, which we've seen the Packers have problems with this season throughout. They've been better lately, but going back to that November 24th game, George Kittle's long touchdown, Deebo Samuel had a long touchdown before halftime. If those plays don't happen, and I know if those plays don't happen, we know what road we're going down, but it's a completely different game, so can't let that happen.
Yeah, and this is an obvious statement for most games, but this is going to be a game that's won and lost in the trenches. And I think San Francisco's defensive front four, which Marcus just mentioned, they can absolutely wreck any game, whether it's Alex Light or Brian Bulaga. So the Packers' offensive line has to step up big and really protect Aaron Rodgers, but it goes on the other side of the football as well. The Packers' defensive front, both Kenny Clark, Zadarius Smith, and of course Preston Smith as well, have the ability to wreck a game for opposing quarterbacks and opposing offenses as well. If they can get after Jimmy Garoppolo, kind of work inside out, make sure that they're stopping George Kittle, that is a recipe for success for the Packers.
Good points, guys. So I kind of want to piggyback off that, and if the Packers want to tilt the field in their favor on Sunday night, Marcus, we'll go back to you. Give me one difference maker on the Packers side of the football.
I'm going to say Adrian Amos, and Amos has just been so solid all year. He doesn't get much attention because he hasn't been quite as noticeable as Zadarius Smith or Preston Smith, the other two big key free agent signings, but Amos is just good. Maybe not the splash plays, he's just good. And I think when you look at this matchup with the Niners, it's all about George Kittle. I mean, he's one of the toughest matchups in the NFL. I think you look at Amos as a guy who's going to see some of George Kittle in coverage. They totally blew the coverage on the 61-yard touchdown for Kittle back in November. And he's kind of that leader. Amos is kind of that leader of the secondary to make sure everybody's on the same page. So in that regard, and then he plays so often near the line of scrimmage, San Fran throws a lot at you with misdirection before the snap and things like that. He's going to be huge in stopping the run and just not falling for that eye candy. So just stay home, make tackles, and just be himself. I don't know if he's going to have any huge splash plays in this game, but I think he needs to just do his job and be consistent if the Packers are going to shut down the Niners.
Awesome point. So Adrian Amos for Marcus. On the other hand, Annie, give me one guy to look for on the 49ers side.
Yeah, I'm going low-hanging fruit here. Nick Bosa, he's just been so tremendously effective for that 49ers defensive line. He can single-handedly wreck a game. He can single-handedly take over a game. He's solid against the run. He's solid against the pass. He can even drop back in coverage, which we saw last week where he batted down a pass, covered it basically perfectly. So he can do everything. You have to be aware of where he is at all times. Even with a really strong offensive tackle group in Bakhtiari and Bulaga, you're going to need to pay extra attention to him because he can take over that game.
And if he does, the Packers might be in some trouble. Let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, when we come back, it is time to answer your fan questions. Keep it here.